You're smart, you're loving, and God has, this might resonate with you, might not, given you the gift of seeing your surroundings and analyzing everything. And kind of, you might have some feeling about something. Like, let's say, you're going to a wedding and you feel like the wedding's going to be bad. You can have a vision, and the wedding does turn out to be bad.
Intuition.
Seven of Swords.
Oh, that's a tough card.
So you might have a wish that you want really bad, like maybe like a new job or a new career that you're working towards, and you want it. It's something that you want. Maybe not even a new job. Maybe you just really want to be rich. Mm-hmm. So you're going to work towards it. Maybe. You have new plans. And you try everything that you are interested in. You don't leave anything out of the picture, And I know you dream about certain outcomes of things. Like let's say you're in school or whatever you're trying to do, you have a dream, you have a vision of how it might go, or, this might be the lifestyle that you want to live. You dream about it and you work toward it. So that's a good thing. You're persistent and you have a lot of hope. You don't let anything get in the way of it. Even though you might be going through rough times, you'll still work towards the goal, okay? So right here we have the Knight of Coins upside down. Narrow-mindedness. So it's not necessarily saying that you're not open to many things, but you're also very opposed to many things. You're kind of like tunnel vision, Not necessarily tunnel vision, but you just see one way instead of you're like on a highway or a freeway with just one point A to point B. You don't see maybe C, D, F, and G, and even though you do see all those things, you probably feel really comfortable with point A to point B, so you're just like, I'm not going to try anything else because what if something happens? And you probably feel that way because the minute you do try something else, something bad has happened. So, carelessness it might have been the times that you did try something new. You were just like, what's really going to happen? Nothing, Something turned out to happen. You were careless about it. And going back to the Seven of Swords, it's an attempt. You attempt new things, but those things that you have attempted, you might have had a bad experience with them. I don't know, Libra. I don't know.
And sometimes you don't have to shuffle the cards in a deck like this. You could just go ahead and just like
do that. Just pick from.
Just pick from it. Yeah.
So now I'm gonna stop shuffling. Five of Wands, upside down.
This is a strong reading.
Trickery, contradictions. You may have had a loved one in the past who, lies, tricks you into believing what you want to believe. But in reality, he has a whole new world, or him or she, they have a whole world that you know nothing about. Or
instead of saying he or she, a good way of putting it is
the person.
The person.
Okay.
Because you're reading general.
Now, you might not want to engage in conflict once you find these things out, because sooner or later, people find things out. And back to Seven of Swords. No, Queen of Cups. Gift of vision. So you here are being tricked, but you have 3 options. 3. 1, you feel like it, but you're just not saying anything because you don't want to engage in conflict. 2, you know it, and you do, and you take certain actions to try and give hints to that person, like, hey, you know, I know what you're doing is fishy.
Mm-hmm.
Or 3, Head of Coins upside down. You're clueless. And once you do find out, it's gonna really hurt or really surprise you. And it's gonna make you feel as if you never knew this person. You never knew anything about this person. Seven of Coins. You've had a lot of growth within these past couple of, let's say, the year, months. Whatever you've had in the past, you've grown from it. You're working hard, you're making progress, and you're being successful in whatever you're attempting to do or trying to do. You're successful at it because you have the gift of vision. You can see things, and you can see where things are headed. You can see why certain things might happen or when they might happen. And, you know, it has a lot to do, this card, with money and wealth. So you're really working towards, this is giving me, you're working towards to become wealthy, to be having money, and not having money in a like spoiled or bragging type of way, but in a humbled way, to not only make you feel comfortable, but for the loved ones that you care about around you to be comfortable. You're looking out for everybody in this picture. Nine of Coins, reversed. You may lose somebody, or you may have lost somebody, because this is referring to your future. You're going to lose somebody. And I'm not saying it might be not somebody. It could be an object. It could be a drive. Whatever it is, Libra, you're going to
lose a friend. You could lose a job, especially when it's related to coins. It has to do with money.
Treasured possessions.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Maybe you're going through a divorce.
Yeah.
You might have not all the things that you wanted in life, or maybe you got fired.
Yeah.
You know? And you're going through kind of like a bad storm. You know, like you're in the ocean and you're in the eye of the storm. You're seeing everything around you and you don't know what to do about it. But somewhere along the line, you know what's going to happen. So you feel okay about it. Because not everybody in life has a good day every single day. Okay? Now, Libra, whatever question you have, ask it.
Okay, I'm gonna think it.
Two of Coins, reversed. Literary ability. You're very smart. You know how to analyze many things, and you know how to read in between the lines.
Follow your intuition. That's a good.
Following your intuition.
Yeah. Also, the Two of Coins in the Rider-Waite tarot. It's a man balancing 2 coins, right? So he's trying to balance 2 different types of lives, like one life and another life.
You know what I'm getting from you, Libra? Past, present, or future. Past, you may have been a writer. Future, you know, you will become a writer, or maybe not even a writer, like in magazines or newspaper. Diary. Present, you could have a diary, or you are still writing. You know how to read in between the lines. Is what I'm getting from this. And you enjoy it. You enjoy this specific activity. Okay. Page of Swords. There's somebody in your life who's trying to impose. And they might have been trying to impose in your life for a long time. Maybe not you exactly, but somebody around you, which is still affecting the way you live, feel, and think.
A third party?
A
Maybe?
third party,
Yeah.
but you know who they are. They've revealed themselves because they're so obvious with it. It may even be a friend who you're close to that is the imposter, because they want to know everything about you. They want to know all your moves, and they want to know who's closest and who's dearest to you. It could be a friend of a friend, and you're not prepared for it. You may know who it is, but you're warm-hearted and you're a fair person. So you don't go out looking for trouble. You don't go out trying to accuse and prosecute that person. This is just not a good card for me. I'm gonna be really honest with you, Libra. I'm not feeling this energy. It's very ill will, and that's something you need to look at. And it may be one imposter. It could be 5, 10, and maybe not even a person. It could be a bad object. It could be an animal trying to ruin and make everything not the way you want to live. But you know it. You already know it. And you feel 2 of Wands. You're sad and you're troubled by the actions going on around you. But yet some part of you is still trying to give somebody or something or an action or an event the benefit of the doubt. That's only one way you see it, though. It goes back to narrow-mindedness. Sometimes you don't even want to engage in it because you don't want the outcome that's going to come from it. You don't want to be surprised. You don't want to lose your faith in, let's say, a relationship. Not necessarily meaning, another person. It could be a job. It could be a religion, like, let's say, working out every day. You start losing faith in it because whatever is happening around you is /might/ is a possibility that'll make you depressed and make you question yourself and think to yourself, why are these things happening to me? You might even think all this is happening because it's your fault. But going back to vision, you can analyze everything. And instead of engaging with somebody, you take time with yourself. Let's say write it down. You express it however the way you feel is going to express it without being in an argument or letting things out to somebody. Maybe you don't even let a lot of things out, and it goes back to literary, because you don't want anybody to know. But you still express it. You still let it out there. And that, Libra, it's definitely not your downfall, because nobody should know too much about you. But maybe you should, once in a blue moon, really attack the issue that you're faced with. And I think the way that you might do it is pretty harsh, because you tried not to do that. You try to hold it in a lot because you're so loving. You're a fair person. You look at both sides of the story and the picture, and you think,
Especially
what
with
if
the,
I
with the
go?
two of coins there.
What if I go through all of this and the outcome isn't good? Because you may have a vision, but it may not always be true. So you don't want to jump to conclusions. Now, finally, Libra. Page of Cups.
In reverse.
In reverse.
I have a lot of reversals in this reading.
All of this going on isn't a bad thing. It's a temporary distraction from something even worse. Or could it be something even greater? But this all, to me, seems temporary. And this is the card that did it for me. You also might feel all of this because maybe you're too dependent on your loved ones. You expect a lot of things from, let's say, if you have children, if you're married, you might be too dependent on, that person or those people. You might be too dependent on your job. You might be comfortable and say, hey, I'm never going to lose this job. And that, in other words, may break your determination. But you're also a person who likes to attempt new things. So going back to the Two of Wands, you're trying to achieve something that is going to be rewarded in the end. So we're going back to wealth, money, growth. You're growing as a person, as an individual, and everything around you is going to grow and not necessarily grow with you, but grow their own separate ways. Like vines, they don't all grow together. They all grow together. They all grow together, but they don't all grow in the same direction. Some go up, some go horizontal, some go parallel. And it's just a distraction. This is keeping you from doing what you love or obtaining a goal and a dream, because you do dream of this a lot. And I think you speak it into existence, which it will happen, You know that what you do and how you do it, there's going to be a reward. But maybe letting go of that dependence, not all the way. Let's say you're at 75% dependence. Maybe scale it back to 60 or 50.
Yeah.
And over time, it's not bad to be dependent on somebody, but it's also not good. What if you're stuck in the middle of the road one day and you depend on somebody to come and rescue you and they're nowhere to be found? They're either dead or they just don't answer you because they're too busy, There's a lot of disappointment here. There's a lot of, you have great intuition to see things that are coming.
Okay, do you notice anything about the tarot, though, that sticks out of you?
What do you mean?
The suits. Is there one suit that is very prominent in this reading?
I think it's the Five of Wands.
No, a suit is the pentacles, the swords, the coins, the swords, the wands.
Well, it would definitely be the coins.
The coins.
There's
the pentacles.
1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 cards here that represent coins.
Exactly. So that is a lot of this reading is financial or it's tied with money.
It's growth, financial, maybe not even financial and money, financial in your health, in your well-being. But it's narrow-minded. It's you're not looking for other possibilities. There could be other ways, let's say, to make money, but you're going down a certain path. But then again, you're not opposed to attempting something. If it fails, it fails. Hey, at least I did it. All I can say is I tried. That's your mentality. But no matter what, you're always going to receive messages, or you're going to give out messages that will show you who people are, what the universe has in store for you. And I think in the end, you'll be good.
Thank you.
This is just a hard time. You know, as they say, life isn't fair. People have rough patches. Nobody wakes up rich. And everything takes time. So as you go on, this may even go on for, let's say, another month or 3. This might not even be true, but this could go on. You're going to have this happen to you. It may have already happened to you, or it's happening as we speak. But just know, the achievement is that it's ultimately unrewarding because of some of your actions and because of that narrow-mindedness, Libra. You're gonna really have to think outside the box. Stop walking a straight line. Get in trouble. Do things. Have fun. But just know, and you already know that you're gonna get into something. You can feel whatever I think that's your main issue. You feel like something bad is going to happen, or you feel something isn't gonna go the way you want it to go. So that's where you're narrow-minded. You don't strive for it, you don't reach for it. Instead, you reach for the same blanket that you've always used since you were a kid. Why don't you try a new blanket?
Thank you. I have never done a Celtic reading just because I like to use clarifying cards. Like once I do a reading, I like to pull out clarifiers.
You wanna stop it?